This is a breaking alert, and if you are over 62 years old, you need to stop everything you are doing right now and listen very carefully. What I am about to share with you is not a rumor, it is not speculation, and it is definitely not some internet scam that your grandchildren warned you about. This is a verified government program that has been quietly sitting inside a hidden retirement document that millions of American seniors have in their possession, yet almost nobody knows how to unlock it. For years, you have been told to pay your mortgage, your property taxes, your medical bills, your insurance premiums, and your utility bills without question. You have been conditioned to believe that once you retire, your income shrinks and your expenses only grow. But what if I told you that there is a federal mechanism buried in plain sight that could flip that entire equation upside down? What if I told you that the same government that sends you a Social Security check every month has also authorized a separate stream of income that could cover those 5 bills I just mentioned, and that you may have already qualified for it without even knowing? The document I am referring to is not some secret file locked in a vault in Washington. It is something you likely signed decades ago, or it was generated automatically when you turned 62. And it contains a code, a classification, or a trigger that activates benefits most seniors never claim. I know this sounds like the setup for a thriller movie, but this is real life, and the stakes are your financial survival. Every month you continue paying those bills without checking this document, you could be leaving thousands of dollars on the table. Money that was earmarked for you by law, money that is sitting in a federal account right now, waiting for you to claim it. So take a deep breath, stay with me, because I am about to walk you through exactly who qualifies, how much you could receive, and the latest government updates that just made this program even more urgent. And trust me, you are going to want to hear every single word of this, because what happens in the next few minutes could change the rest of your life. Let us start with the most important question. Who actually qualifies for this hidden benefit? The answer is going to shock you, because it is far broader than you think. If you are an American citizen or a legal permanent resident and you are 62 years of age or older, you are already in the first tier of eligibility. But here is where it gets interesting. This is not just for the wealthy, and it is not just for the poor. This program was designed to bridge the gap for middle-class seniors who worked hard their entire lives, paid into the system, and now find themselves squeezed between rising costs and fixed incomes. Did you serve in the military, even for a short period? That could bump you into a higher tier. Are you a widow or widower who lost a spouse who paid into Social Security or a federal pension? You may be eligible for a survivor component that doubles or even triples your payout. Do you own your home, even if it still has a mortgage? That is a critical piece of the puzzle, because one of the 5 bills you should not pay until you check this document is your property tax bill. And in many states, seniors who qualify for this federal overlay can have those taxes deferred or reimbursed entirely. Do you have a chronic medical condition, or are you caring for a spouse who does? There is a health care rider attached to this program that most people have never heard of because it is not advertised on Medicare commercials. It is buried in the same document we are talking about today. Even if you are currently working part-time, you still qualify. Even if you are already receiving Social Security, you still qualify. The only people who do not qualify are those who never check the document, never file the paperwork, and never ask the right questions. And here is the suspenseful part. The government does not send you a neon sign in the mail saying you are eligible. They do not call you on the phone. They do not knock on your door. The burden is on you to find the code, match it to the current federal registry, and submit a claim. And if you do not do it soon, you could miss a deadline that just got moved up in the latest congressional budget review. Now let us talk numbers, because this is where your heart is going to start racing. How much money are we actually talking about? I have seen too many videos online that tease a big benefit and then deliver a $50 grocery coupon. This is not that. Depending on your tier, your location, and your household composition, the average qualified senior is looking at an additional $1,200 to $2,400 per month in combined benefits. That is not a one-time stimulus check. That is recurring. That is every single month, deposited into your account or sent as a direct offset to those 5 bills we discussed. Let me break that down so you can feel it in your bones. If you are paying a mortgage or rent, that is bill number 1. In qualifying states, this federal overlay can cover up to 40% of your housing costs through a little-known housing stability fund that was expanded in the most recent infrastructure bill. Property taxes, bill number 2, can be frozen or reimbursed in 37 states if you file the correct rider before the next fiscal quarter. Medical bills and supplemental insurance, bills number 3 and 4, are where this gets explosive. The hidden document contains a cross-reference to a Medicare savings program that is completely separate from your Part B premium. If your income falls within the expanded brackets, which now include more middle-class seniors than ever before, the government will pay your Part B premium, your prescription deductibles, and in some cases, your dental and vision copays. That alone can save you $400 to $800 a month. And utility bills, bill number 5, are covered through a weatherization and energy assistance clause that was quietly renewed in the last federal budget. If you live in an area with extreme heat or cold and you're over 62, your electricity and gas bills could be reduced by up to 50% through this overlay. Add it all up, and we are talking about $14,000 to $28,000 per year in benefits, savings, and direct payments that you are probably not receiving right now. Let that sink in. That is a new car. That is a grandchild's college fund. That is peace of mind. And it is already yours if you just know where to look. But here is the twist, and this is why you cannot afford to look away. The government just released a major update, and it changes everything. In the latest Federal Register, published just weeks ago, the Department of Health and Human Services announced that the income thresholds for this program are being adjusted for inflation at a rate we have not seen in decades. That means more seniors now qualify, but it also means the application window is narrowing. Why? Because when thresholds expand, funding gets stretched, and the first seniors to file get priority placement. It is first come, first served, and the pot is not infinite. Additionally, 14 states just updated their property tax relief statutes to require federal cross-verification, which means you cannot get the state benefit unless you also file the federal overlay we are discussing. If you only file at the state level, you will be denied. If you file the federal document first, the state benefit unlocks automatically. It is a 2-key system, and most people only have 1 key. Another critical update involves the Housing Stability Fund. Congress allocated new money, but they also added a residency verification requirement that goes into effect at the end of this quarter. If you have moved in the last 2 years, or if you are living with adult children, your address history must match the document exactly, or your claim will be flagged for manual review, which can take 6 to 9 months. You do not want to be in that backlog. You want to be in the first wave, and perhaps the most chilling update of all. The Social Security Administration has begun cross-referencing death records more aggressively, which means widows and widowers who have not claimed survivor benefits under this program are now receiving automatic denial letters if they wait too long. The system is getting tighter, faster, and less forgiving. The window is open, but it is closing. And the seniors who act now are going to be the ones who secure their financial future. I want you to imagine something for a moment. Imagine waking up tomorrow and knowing that your 5 biggest bills, the ones that keep you awake at night, are either covered, reduced, or eliminated entirely. Imagine walking to your mailbox and not feeling that knot in your stomach when you see the envelope from the mortgage company or the utility company. Imagine having the freedom to visit your family, to fix your car, to buy the groceries you actually want, without doing the math in your head and wondering if you will make it to the end of the month. That is not a fantasy. That is the reality on the other side of this document. But it is only real if you take action. You have sat through the suspense, you have felt the urgency, and now you know the facts. The only thing standing between you and that peace of mind is a single piece of paper, a phone call, or a visit to the right website. And here is the thing, you do not have to figure this out alone. This channel exists for one reason, and that is to make sure no senior gets left behind in the maze of government programs, hidden documents, and bureaucratic dead ends. We are tracking these updates in real time. We are breaking down the codes, the forms, and the deadlines so you do not have to spend your golden years drowning in paperwork and confusion. But we can only keep doing this if you are part of our community. So right now, before you do anything else, I need you to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications. Do not just bookmark this video and promise yourself you will come back later, because later might be too late. The algorithms need to know that seniors like you need this information, and the only way to beat the system is to stay connected to a source that is fighting for you every single day. Subscribe now, because the next update could be the one that unlocks your benefits, and you do not want to miss it. Your future self is begging you to take this seriously. Your family is counting on you to claim what is rightfully yours. And we are here, right beside you every step of the way. Do not pay those 5 bills until you check that hidden retirement document. Do not let another dollar slip through your fingers. Subscribe, stay alert, and let us win this together.